We tried to tell y'all. We tried to tell y'all with our votes. We knew it was going to happen. We knew that we would end up right here at some point during this administration. And now here we are. And then most of us, especially the 92%, we just going to sit back and watch because we did everything we could before this election to ensure that things like this didn't happen. And here we are. It's happening. It's disgusting. The calls coming from inside your own house. Y'all need to figure out why so many Latinos voted for Trump, knowing that this would happen. Proximity to whiteness is dangerous. And it's very dangerous for y'all.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So credit goes to the creators in this video. So guys, in today's video,
Trump is probably one of the most embarrassing things that you could be. And I know if they find this video, they're going to be in the comment section. Capital letters Trump, American flag emoji, eagle emoji, like it never fails. But they don't like you. They don't like you. You think they do. And I know that something happened in your childhood, right? That, you know, made this entire self-hatred journey begin, right? Maybe you were embarrassed your parents were speaking Spanish. A little kid on the playground said something to you and it completely changed something within yourself. And okay, but how embarrassing. They're never going to welcome you. No matter how many times you say that you love that person that's sitting in that office, they still think of you in a certain way. And although I find this entire thing disgusting, right, and completely inhumane, there's a part of me, a small part, that hopes a Latino for Trump is taken, detained, put in a jail cell, mistreated. And I know that sounds awful, but it's the fuck around and find out. You know what I mean?
ICE is now in LA and they're rounding up immigrants, going to Home Depots, going to downtown stores and restaurants. And the crazy thing about this is, to me, there are literal terrorists, rapists, and murderers out free. But they are putting all of their resources to target innocent immigrants with zero criminal past, no criminal record whatsoever, and they have Homeland Security and the FBI backing them up. They're like, what? This is so insane to me because before you say, oh, we'll do it the right way, there are some that are trying to do it the right way, and they are now getting messages by ICE that are trapping them that they need to show up. Mind you, these are people in the immigration process doing it the right way, and they're getting messages right now to show up for a routine check-in, and guess what? They're being rounded up and detained. And the craziest part to me is, and I really need you guys to just like lock in right now, this is never about protecting or making America more safe. No. This is all about for profit because 90% of the ICE detainees are put in for profit centers. These centers are run by the GEO Group and Core Civic. So, of course, they have a quota that they need to meet, which means more people, more money. This was never, ever about being more safe or no. This has always been about money, and that's what it is. Like, they don't give a fuck about people. This is about profits, and it's always been.
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals. Like, and are you all okay with this? Just because we look this way? Just because of our names? Like, what? I'm so angry. Like, there is so much rage watching those videos of raids in construction sites, like on the street, and by Proud Boys, by white supremacists. They're hunting us down because we look this way, because we speak this way, because we go like, I don't understand how people are still defending this man. Like, I don't get it. Make me understand. Because I can't. I cannot wrap my head around you hunting people down because they look the way they look. Like, what?
So, unfortunately, it seems like it's actually going to get worse in Los Angeles in regards to the ICE raids occurring right now. As today at 5 p.m., Gavin Newsom mentioned that the federal government is moving to take over the California National Guard and deploy 2,000 soldiers to the streets. This is really only going to escalate things a lot. Clarify, when they say National Guard, they are talking about the state military of California. The justification behind deploying the National Guard of California is because there is riots and looters occurring and apparently ICE agents are being attacked. The chief of police also released a statement that LAPD will not be involved in any civil immigration enforcement and they will not partake in assisting ICE. There was conveniently no mention of all the unethical and horrendous ways they are using to detain people.
ICE raids going on in LA and all the chaos that is unfolding. I mean, there's riots happening now as we speak. And right now, the National Guard is being sent into Los Angeles. There's something important that I really wanted to bring up during all of this. I'm going to show you on a video right now of some of the places that ICE is raiding.
Another ICE raid Friday targeted what appeared to be a clothing warehouse or possibly corporate headquarters building in the South Los Angeles area.
I could have sworn that Donald Trump and his administration and his supporters said that they were going to go around and round up a bunch of violent criminals. Yeah, last time I checked, violent criminals are not working honest jobs at clothing warehouses to get money to provide for their families. Now let's also look at another place that ICE agents are deciding to raid. And these places are courthouses.
Over the last couple of weeks, government attorneys had been trying to dismiss cases before a judge. And if they're successful, that's when agents would make detentions. What's happening today is different because in some of today's arrests, judges have not been dismissing their cases and people are being detained.
I'd also just like to point out that the people who are getting deported and kidnapped and illegally detained at these courthouses, these are people who are often here actually legally because they're under temporary protected status and they're going to see a judge to see if they can get citizenship. So again, in Trump's own words and his supporters' own words, they're doing it the legal and right way. But of course, this doesn't matter to him or his supporters. It was never about coming here legally. It was never about doing it the right way. Trump and his administration, and honestly, a lot of his supporters, just hate immigrants. Oh, and also, yeah, as I said before, it has nothing to do with crime at all. I'll put it for you right here. You can go look this up yourself if you're interested. Undocumented immigrants actually have a lower crime rate than born citizens. Now, I already know the kind of responses that statement is going to get, but it's true. Just because something goes against the narratives that you've been fed by Fox News doesn't mean it is not true. I love seeing what is going on in LA, seeing citizens standing up for other people in their community, whether they are citizens or not. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, right? And someone who is here, even if they don't have papers yet, they're not my enemy, and they are not your enemy.
All right, I'm seeing a couple of black people online with this whole ICE thing saying things like, oh, this is not our fight. We shouldn't get involved. This has nothing to do with us. Really? Listen, I'm going to tell you something that my grandfather told me a long time ago. In the 1960s, when black people were looking for civil rights, it really wasn't about race. Right? Even today, when you have people that are gay that's looking for equal rights, it's not really about that either. And now with ICE, rounding people up like they're cattle and shipping them off to random countries, sometimes countries they're not even from. It's not about being brown or Latin. It's really about what's right and what's wrong. There's certain things that are right and there's certain things that are wrong. And we all know what they're doing to people is wrong. And that shouldn't have anything to do with race. And for a black person to get on this app and say things like, oh, this is not our fight, you're just not a good human being. Point blank, period. And all races have people that are not good human beings. And you're one of them. You're one of them. So at the end of the day, stop looking at it like, oh, just because somebody's not the same skin color as you, I shouldn't be concerned with their troubles or their plight or the things that they're going through. No. You just need to start looking at it like what's right and what's wrong. And I'm always going to stand, me personally as a human being, I'm always going to stand on what's right. Point blank, period. And that has nothing to do with what somebody looks like or anything like that. I'm always going to stand on what's right.
So I've been watching the protests in LA, and I just want to say that I'm so proud of you guys for going out there, using your voice, putting your bodies on the line to protect your neighbors and your family members and your friends. Like, you are greatly appreciated. I just want you to know that. I also want to say, like, I think that we should start flying the American flag at these protests rather than the Mexican flag. And I say that because we already know that they don't see Mexicans, they don't see Latinos as human beings. They don't care. You know what I mean? But if we're flying the American flag, that right there is showing like that this is like what the citizens want. Not what the Latinos want, but what the citizens of America want. We want freedom and justice for all, and we want these injustices happening to the Latino community to come to an end. And so in order to, how do I put this? In order to like beat them when it comes to like the narrative of things, I think that flying the American flag would keep them from being able to spin the narrative into something that it's not.